Hi, this is Whitney. This is my first video blog. I usually blog on my my blog. My website's bloody blah blah bloody blah blah blog at blogspot.com. But anyway, so I've decided to add a video portion to my blogging, mostly because my hands are tired and I'm tired of editing, and I'm tired of typos and tired of going backwards and, you know, editing things and then rereading them later down the road and realizing I look like a complete and total fool on there because I either spelled something wrong or put something in the wrong context or accidentally hit cut, and so there's a whole bunch of words stuck together that don't belong together. Anyway, so my very first video blog is a subject that I've been speaking to, venting about, and discussing with my friends on Facebook. I have a neighbor who keeps bringing her dog over to my house to go to the bathroom, and she's not the only one. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, pretty much all my neighbors think that my yard should be their dog's toilet. And like, I know you dog people love your dogs, but like, I hate dogs. So bringing your dog over to my house is like, I don't know, something bad's gonna happen to you. Because I can't stand dogs. So anyway, I've got this neighbor who, you know, all the other neighbors, when I've addressed the situation, I've told them, please get your dog off my lawn. You know, my kids play out there with their bare feet, and I would really rather cut my children's feet off than wash dog crap off of their feet. And they know this, they're aware, but they want to keep their feet, and so I just don't want the neighbors' dogs on the lawn. So, I mean, I have been known to throw, if I have walked through dog crap before, I have thrown shoes away. I will not clean it off. I mean, I'm a nurse, I deal with enough crap at work. I don't need to come home and deal with more of it. So anyway, my neighbors have decided that they're just gonna walk their dogs over to my house, and I've got this little patch of grass in the front of my house, and my new neighbor friends have decided that, you know, that should be their dog's toilet. And there's a lady who comes over at least 5 or 6 times a day to my house with her little tiny punt dog and goes to the bathroom right in front of my house. Now, she cleans it up, and I know that you dog people are going to be like, well, Whitney, if she cleans it up, then it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But the fact of the matter is, it is a big deal to me. Because I don't care how much you grab with that paper bag over the top of your hand, there's still going to be specks of dog crap on my lawn. And it's still my lawn. So get your dog off of it. So anyway, this woman comes over, and finally I walk downstairs, and she always runs away. Like, every time we're walking downstairs or walking outside, she'll see us and she'll like run away quickly. She knows she's not doing what she's supposed to be doing. And you know, so it just gets really frustrating to me to have to like sit there and deal with this. So anyway, I addressed her, and I said, do you have a dog? And she said yes. Which, I mean, that's like not rocket science. I know you have a dog. I saw your dog because your dog craps on my lawn every day, 7 times a day. But anyway, so she said, yes, I've got a dog. And I said, well, can you please, you know, not bring your dog over to my house to go to the bathroom? I mean, there's grassy patches all over this place. There's no reason for her to bring her dog over to my house specifically. But anyway, she like looked at me with that deer in the headlights look, like, oh my gosh, somebody's actually talking to me about dog crap? I can't believe it. What do you mean I can't bring my sweet little Fifi over to your house to take a dump? And I mean, it's just rude. So, and I've actually chased other old women off my lawn with their dogs and said that it was rude too. And I mean, I'm not really someone that's very good at holding my tongue, and pretty much will just say it like it is. And so I'm really not the person you want to bring your dog. I mean, you should love your dog more than to bring it to my house, because eventually somebody's going to get hurt. So anyway, back to the woman and her dog. So the next day, the woman's husband actually addresses me, and he's like, did you talk to my wife about my dog? And I said, yeah, I did. I said, I don't think you should be bringing your dog over to my house to go to the bathroom. I said, you know, my children play on my lawn. Well, we clean it up. And I said, well, unless you can guarantee me that you clean it all up, then please stay off my lawn. Well, that's not your lawn. Well, I'm sorry. I think it is. Do you see that giant structure that's right behind that patch of grass? That's my house. And he goes, well, technically it's still not your lawn. And I said, well, technically if you bring your dog over here and leave anything on my lawn, then I will bring it back over to your house. And he goes, don't threaten me. And I said, don't threaten me. I said, you were messing with the wrong girl. And he looks at me and he's like, that's funny because, you know, you look so nice. And I'm like, if you only knew. I can be like the most not nice person in the whole wide world. And you bringing your dog over is really a bad idea. So anyway, I told him in the most loving way I possibly could, after, you know, listening to many sermons on love your neighbor as yourself, that he needs to please stay the hell off of my lawn, or, you know, things could get ugly. I mean, I already don't like him, so that's one strike against you. I already don't like your dog. There's two. So anyway, I hadn't seen him. Well, he was telling me, he's like, oh, but I've got a bad hip and I can't walk my dog too far. And like, I mean, here's where I feel like a really lousy nurse, because, you know, I pour my heart and soul into my job, but like, save your sob story for somebody else. Because like, when I'm off the clock, I don't really care. Like, if you can't take care of your dog because of your hip, then you shouldn't have a dog. So, you know, and my neighbor is not too far away. He's got the same patch of grass in front of his house. And I said, well, you know, if he told me that my neighbor was the vice president of the homeowners association. And I said, well, that's fine. I said, go get permission from him and then you can go crap on his lawn. Well, that's not going to happen. And I said, well, it should happen, because if he doesn't have a problem with it, you should go to his house. I got a problem with it. Get the hell away from my house. So anyway, so this guy and I ended up going like 6 rounds over the stupid thing, and I haven't actually seen him out here with his dog. He was pretty adamant about the fact that he was going to be using my lawn whether I wanted him to or not, and I just have tried to figure out ways to make his life a living hell should it happen and I catch him. You know, my friend Elijah was talking to me about these motion censored sprinklers that they have, where you can put it out on your lawn and it like shoots water at the dogs when they come over to your lawn. The only problem is that dog is usually attached to a 300-pound woman, and so if the sprinkler goes off, knowing my luck, you know, Fifi's gonna take off and drag the Oompa Loompa with her, and I don't know. I mean, it's not going to be pretty, and then all of a sudden I'm going to get sued because, you know, Fatty Boombalatti is being drugged across my parking lot with her dang dog and a bunch of dog crap in a sack in her hand. So there goes the idea for the motion censored sprinklers. Then I was reading up online about how dogs don't like chili powder, and I thought, well, that's a good idea. I can do chili powder. Only it looks really, really weird when I'm out sprinkling chili powder on the lawn. So I don't know what to do because my neighbors are still rude. And even last night, it was awesome because I had my windows open and my neighbor came over to my house to, she actually passed up the little patch of grass. She just decided to walk the dog around to my backyard instead, which, yeah. Apparently she just either is like super thick or just dumb as a post. So anyway, she walked her dog behind my house, and my child saw this and she started screaming, Mom! Mom, it's the lady with the dog! She's pooping on our lawn! And the windows were open. So here we go again, you know, she's got, you know, 300-pound lady running away with her dog. I don't know what to do. I am at my wit's end with these neighbors, and yeah, they seem to think that because they're allowed to walk on the path that is off of my backyard, that means that my house is a good toilet for their pet. And so when I had addressed this gentleman about his dog, I had told him that he could use the gravel that's on both sides of his house. Not gravel, but it's rocks. He's got Zeroscape over there. So, and they're just renting the house for a short period of time. He tried to tell me that it wasn't really that big of a deal because, like, he could bring his dog over to my house, but it wouldn't be forever. He'd just crap up my lawn and then he'd move somewhere else onto greener pastures, I would imagine. So anyway, I told him, I'm like, is that supposed to make me feel better? Because, you know, you're sitting here. Have you ever seen people's grass who have dogs? I mean, it's the ugliest grass in the world. It stinks. There's big patches that are dead on it. I mean, I have a nice lawn. I'd like to keep my lawn nice. And this ding-dong wants to bring his dog over, use my house as his dog's toilet for a short period of time, and then he's just going to move on to a different neighborhood. So, so I told him that I wasn't okay with that. And then he told me that I seem like a person who probably shouldn't live close to other people. But I actually took that as a compliment. Because I would be fine in an isolated area. What I didn't understand was, I mean, first of all, this guy is like acting like, you know, we all just must be floating in money, you know, living in a community area. You know, I live townhomes, duplexes, condos, and, you know, so yeah, I mean, we all just must be rolling in the dough here. And here he is driving his Lexus telling me how he's having a house built and he just needs to use my lawn, crap up my lawn for a short period of time. It didn't really make me feel much better. It actually made me a little bit on the pissy side. So I told him that he could teach his dog how to use his little gravel beds that he has on the outskirts of his house. And he said, Whitney, dogs don't do that. And I was like, neighbor, I don't really care, because your dog shouldn't be over at my house crapping on my lawn still. Well, I just don't buy into that anyway. I mean, that whole you can't teach a dog new tricks thing. I mean, I lived in Fairbanks, Alaska in a 400 square foot cabin in 40 below weather with a flippin' outhouse, and I wear high heels all the time, and I do my makeup nice, and I dress up as much as I possibly can. And if you can teach this girl how to use an outhouse, you can teach Fifi how to use the Rex. That was my theory. I'm a scientist. What can I say? I have 2 degrees in science, and my theory was that Fifi can be trained. So anyway, motion censored sprinklers, chili powder. My neighbor walked by last night and I was wishing I had a paintball gun. I was like getting bad. I mean, the other day, the neighbor's car was sitting outside and had the sunroof open, and I've dreamed many, many times about taking a bag of poo and throwing it into the sunroof. And just, yeah. I mean, I don't know what to do. I'm at my wit's end with these neighbors. Somebody is gonna lose. It's not gonna be me, because I don't go down without a fight. But yeah, somebody's gonna lose. I'm either gonna buy a cork for Fifi's butt, or I'm going to, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Snow season's coming. I mean, all I can think is that next time, like, I mean, when there's a big pile of yellow snow out in front of my house, I think I'm just gonna throw it at their house. I mean, I don't know. It seems like a good plan. So if anybody has any suggestions, I'm definitely taking them. You know, my friend sent me a picture of a gentleman who goes up on people's roofs and poops in their chimneys, you know, to pay them back for bringing their dogs over to their house to poop on their lawn. So maybe I'll just have to hire a chimney pooper guy and send him on over to the neighbors and see how they like it when somebody poops at their house. Anyway, stay tuned for more video blogs. I'm sorry if this bored you to death. This is just something I needed to get off my chest because it's been weighing very heavily on me and my lawn. And yeah, so stay tuned for more video blogs, and we'll catch you later on bloody blah blah bloody blah 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 blah.